Hello everyone, you're welcome back again to another sewing tutorial on the channel. This is Jowins Fashion Ville. If this is your first time of stopping by, you're absolutely welcome. For returning subscribers, God bless you. I really appreciate your support all the way. In today's video, we're learning how to make a mermaid skirt. If this is what you're interested in watching, please kindly hit on the notification bell and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the video to your loved ones. So guys, let's get started. So guys, on my work table I have a simple basic skirt. If you're going to make this as a basic skirt, as a skirt on its own without having to attach it to any upper blouse, all you need to do is to come down by half an inch and then go up here by 0.75 and then link it up. I'm sure you can see the imaginary line. So on the pattern, this is the back pattern for a basic skirt, and if you fold it you have the front pattern. So the difference between the front and the back is just the zipper allowance, and the reason why I use the imaginary line on that other part is simply to explain the difference between a basic skirt on its own and then a skirt to be attached. So the way it is now, I'm going to be attaching it to an upper blouse. That's why I'm not working with the imaginary line. If it's going to be a skirt on its own, then I'm going to use the imaginary line to draft the paper. So all I need to do is to place my fabric, my pattern on my fabric. I'll be working with a lace fabric, and if you notice on the fabric, it has an extension on the other side. So I have my waist and the hip pattern, and down on the hemline I just went ahead to add 10 inches, additional 10 inches on the hemline, which is times 2 the hip line, and all I need to do is to slash it in this direction. Okay, so I'll cut it. There's seam allowance on the skirt on its own, so I'll cut it out. Okay, and you can see the waist dart. I'll be working with a waist dart for the skirt. So this is me taking the measurement of the skirt. Okay, so for the back pattern, this is the back pattern of the skirt. So you can see I've opened up the basic skirts, I've opened up the zipper allowance, and for the back pattern we have extensions on both sides. Okay, so remember that for the front pattern, what I simply did was to add additional 10 inches, which is times 2 my hip measurement on the hemline. This is not a standard, it depends on how much fabric you have. Okay, you can decide to add additional 20 or 15 if you want to make it maybe for a photo shoot. So I just want a modest skirt that I can wear regularly to church, so I added additional 10 inches to the hemline. Okay, so the hem, which is about the knee length, I placed it down on the hem and I added 10 inches. So for the back pattern, you can see that I have extensions on both sides. So I'm going to be drafting what I have for the front pattern first, as you can see. Okay, the A line cut on the front pattern, I'm just cutting it out on the back pattern for the extension on this side, and then for the extension on the other side I'm going to be telling you guys what to do. So have in mind that I'm just working with the available fabric I have. If you have more fabric, you can make your extensions wider than this. So this is my zipper allowance with the extension I have, and the extension is about 6.5 inches. So watch what I'm doing. I will just go ahead and slash it from my knee length, exactly in the same point where I slashed to the other side. So I will slash it down to where the extension ends. Okay, so this extension on this part is around 6.5. The extension on the other side is around 10 inches plus the hemline, the knee measurement plus 10 inches. Okay, based on the available fabric I have. So I'll go ahead and then secure it with a pin so that it doesn't get scattered when I pick up the fabric itself. So I went ahead to use the fabric to cut out the lining. Okay, so this is the fabric for the front and then this is for the back. Okay, so I have the front and the back pattern on my working table with their lining attached to it. So what I'll simply do is to spread it open. So this is the front pattern. Okay, this is the front pattern. I've spread it open and then I used a pin to secure it. Okay, it's very important that you do this. I stabilized it, I aligned it very well make sure that you align this fabric very well. Secure it with a pin. I don't know if you guys can see the pin I have there. Secure it with a pin, and then you can see the hemline. I'll go ahead and fold, use a double fold for the hemline. I'll take it to my sewing machine and then stitch it, stitch the side. After folding the hem the way I showed you guys, I'll go ahead and stitch it by 0.25, which is around the edge of the fabric. Okay, so I'll also place my darts. I'm sure we know how to place a dart. It's not just the way I'm gripping it, but I'm just trying to let you guys know that I'll place my dart and then top stitch it. Okay, I will top stitch it by 0.25 at the edge. Some other people use hemming gum to secure the lining to the main fabric. Okay, so guys, having done that, I will simply do the same for the back. You can see that the back is still demarcated, so I'll still go ahead and top stitch it, align it properly with my pins, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and then stitch it by 0.25. Please don't forget what I said, that you hem the lower part first before top stitching. Okay, and you can also use a hemming gum to secure it. It all depends on what you want. Okay, individual choices differ. So right here I'm trying to align the back piece together. Okay, so after doing that, I'll go ahead and then stitch or close up my zipper allowance after top stitching it. Okay, so I'll top stitch it, and then I'll also place my darts. I will place my darts for the back as well. After top stitching it round, I'll place my darts. Okay, so I'll do this off camera, and then I'll bring it back for us to see the outcome of what we have. Okay guys, we're back again. This is the front part of the skirts, and you can see the dart that I placed. Okay, you can see how it is neatly finished, simply because I made sure that I aligned my lining properly on the skirt. You can see that there are no rough parts on the skirt. Everything is just smooth and then relaxed. Okay, so that's the importance of working with a pin. So if you align it properly, you see that everything will just be well fitted. Okay, and you'll just be so comfortable with your project. Okay, so I'm also going to be showing you guys the back part. Okay, so guys, this is the back part of the skirt. Okay, I've also done the same, just like I explained. I've gone ahead to place the dart. Okay, and then I also top stitched by 0.25. Okay, so everything, both the front part of the skirt and the back part of the skirt, is looking so relaxed without any form of roughness. Okay, in a situation whereby you don't align it properly, you notice that even the skirts, the lining seems to be longer than the skirts. Okay, but if you align it properly and then stitch gently, ensure that you don't stretch the lace. Okay, while sewing, you see that everything will just fall into place. Okay, so what I'll simply do is to place it this way, right sides facing each other, and you can see that I'm taking my time to align it properly. Okay, ensure that you align it in such a way that everything would lap. Okay, so I'll go ahead and place my zipper, and then I'll secure it with a pin, and then run my stitch by 1 inch seam allowance. Remember, the seam allowance for the skirts is 1 inch. So I'll go ahead, take this to my sewing machine, and then stitch it up, and then place my zip, and then I'll bring it back for us to see. Okay, so this is me here. I've placed the pins first so that we'll get to see. So by the time I open it up like this is what is expected to see. Okay, so you can see the way it's looking a bit puffy, not relaxed. Okay, so what you need to do after joining is to ensure that you iron it properly. Okay, use your steam iron to iron it properly, but you have to be very careful while you're ironing so that you don't have to tamper with your fabric. So you can see that I've placed my zip, and then I've also relaxed the seam. You can see how neat and relaxed the seam allowance is. You hardly tell that I actually joined two fabrics there. Okay, so it's very important that you relax your seam. And then this is the other part of it, which is the front. I've given it a good press. Please don't mind the water patch on the front pattern or on the front part of the fabric. Is as a result of steam ironing. While trying to iron, the water just stained on that part. Please kindly ignore it. Okay, so after joining, okay, I'll go ahead and attach it to the upper blouse. Like I mentioned, this is not a basic skirt where we need to place a band. Okay, I'll be attaching it to an upper blouse like I mentioned, and the tutorial for this blouse is on my channel. You can go ahead and check it out. So guys, this is what we have. This is the skirt. You can see how it is, looking so modest, looking so okay, not too full, not too, you know, too buggy. But if you actually want it to be too full, you know what to do. Just add your extensions. Make sure that your extensions are longer than what we have. That's for the case of photo shoot or maybe any celebrity event that you want to go for. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a blessed day.